boy howdy. Not as boy howdy as the NPC looking pedestrians.
I guess the movie industry took notice that we have some good animation team here in Malaysia.
Bro.
Like, why not we just use CGI for everything?
No. The set that we saw at the place we went was better than whatever I just saw. The 30-minute snippet just now. Oh. In any case, we shall shoot over there. Oh yes, that's a terrible transition.
Terrible, no. Some may say a bit of a terror. No, oh, that's a bit of a reach. Welcome to dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. Oh no, you guys! I did not hear
no.
you guys.
Sorry.
Oh
welcome,
no.
welcome.
Sorry,
Alright.
is the space. What's it called? What was that meme? It was the sun rays blocking. It was a 10-second delay that ruined the run.
Runs over. Restart. Okay,
Yeah,
welcome to
restart.
Welcome to dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Alright, on
This
cue.
episode.
148.
Number 148.
Ooh.
Recorded on the 19th of November 2023. And advance notice, this should be the second last of the regular episode for dia.log for this year. We at the end of the year, man.
Dang, end of the
Almost
year.
there.
And it's already almost the end of November if you give or take 10 days. And before we move on to the real show, to the full show, introducing the panel, we have Danial over there.
Hello.
On the other side is Anan.
What's up?
And I am Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, or Meck. And we have tons to talk about video games. And that includes the mainstream video games, and the opposite of mainstream, as I would like to define, indie games. We'll talk about that later. There's been a lot of talk about indie games, locally and internationally.
Oh, so let's talk about video games. All right, I see a branching path. One goes into detail how a man discovers a name, while the other path talks about the trials and tribulation of trying to not die in a 1 hour driving course. Interesting. Where do we go from now? Kiri or kanan? Left or right?
Easy, medium, hard.
Is it medium hard? My god. My god.
The best part of it, nobody knows what is easy, medium, hard. I don't know.
That's right. No. I guess since we already talked about easy, we shall now go to to that then. Okay. So for context, everybody, our friend from beyond, from the dark place, as Alan Whip called it, once talked about racing games genre of like beating the clock, essentially. Like you the track, have fun, good luck. He calls rally games as the Dark Souls of racing games, which is a good I guess is a good moniker lah for this type of racing games. And what better way to prove that theory correct than by joining a full length rally stage, so 12 stages. If you do it continuously, it takes you 2 hours. Or more if you crash out every hour, I don't know, every stage. If you crash out, I think it'll be 3 hours, give or take.
That game is.
And that game is Well, it used to be called Dirt, this Dirt series, Dirt Rally 1 and Dirt Rally 2.0, but now they have bought over the developers of the game, of the Dirt games, have bought over the WRC license, and now they are just simply called EA WRC.
Or the EA Sports WRC, like
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the sport. I just like EA, like EAFC, like
look,
nobody remembers.
look, sometimes you just get emails as EAWRC. So
Exactly.
so
So
Yeah.
even the publishers like, yeah, we also like don't care.
why you have to insist to put the EA Sports in the game
No lah.
title? I know EA Sports
Because
is
it's
in
a
the
sport
game,
title. It's a sport title.
but it's always EA Sports is always in the game, but not in the game
Yeah.
title. Like this, the previous game kan, FIFA. Even
Yeah,
though
FIFA.
there is the logo of EA and EA Sports kan,
Mm-mm.
but never if you alphabetize your game collection, FIFA will be at F, and WRC for some reason is at
BW.
E. And similarly lah, we EA Sports FC kan is at E, not F.
Mhm.
But they need their branding. Oh,
Then
hold
the
on,
branding,
is
yeah.
F1 full title is still F1,
F1.
right?
It's just F1. Yeah, it's just F1 still.
I'm saying the
It-
F1 game, yeah, can just
Yeah,
F1 and
they still call it F1 game. Yeah, it's
even
not.
though they put the esports logo.
I don't know.
Branding.
Marketing, I guess. Yeah, branding, marketing, I guess.
Mhm. Okay, back to the point. Sorry, guys.
Back to EA Sports WRC. So they have, according to them, which I have collaborated as well. They have 1400, or in Malaysian terms 1,400 kilometers of road, which is based on the actual world rally stages that the actual drivers go. It is not really 1-to-1, because you cannot laser scan a dirt road, can you? Not yet. We haven't found the
yet.
technology yet. Yeah, we haven't found the technology to scan dirt roads yet. So this is their imagination. Yeah, their approximate reimagining of the tracks, but it's still 1,400 kilometers. So recently, a YouTuber by the names of GP Labs Jake, he's a very good YouTuber. He talks about the older days, the golden days of racing. So 60s, 70s, the time where safety is probably secondary.
Safety
The
third.
racing. But if he dies of era of racing. So he has started up this league called the 70s leagues. So essentially, you're driving the likes of, I don't know, the old Alpine, the bubble car size Alpine car, or I think it's one of the car is literally a US branded Datsun 190E. They call it the Hillman.
Oh, the
But-
Hillman Avenger.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's essentially a Datsun, isn't it? Just, I know that shape. And not to mention also the Lotus Cantina. That's like the iconic, the most famous Lotus of the 60s era. Yeah, you're going to yeet the car across 12 stages. And to make it more authentic, one service only. So 2 hours of driving, and only basically one bonfire. That's it.
yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yep.
Yeah, only one bonfire. So you get only one chance to fix your car. But also, there's a time limit. There's only 30 minutes of damage. So if you, let's say, some driver, let's call him Daniel. I don't know why he's driving here. Let's say he breaks his engine, and an engine change, like an actual engine change, takes 30 minutes. So technically you cannot fix the engine. So you have to finish the remaining rally, the remaining 6 more stages, which will take you another hour. With no power, you're driving at least the top speed 50 kilometers. And you can feel it like it's driving very slow. The time on the right side, on the top right, and you see the time just ticking by, tick 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 tick. Yeah, you're not finishing this rally at blistering space. No. And I think like the appeal of it is that yeah, it's like that. It's the old style. You are literally trying to not die in what? In a foreign country as your car dies within your eyes. Kind of like you're just seeing your car. Oh no.
At least we should be appreciating that fact that rally stages doesn't go through poison swamps.
Water comes out. You can overheat your engine. So technically, if you go to water too much, technically that's poison again.
I mean, it's literally can be a swamp. I mean, you
An
don't
actual
drive.
swamp, yeah.
You don't go into the swamp. You just cross the small streams of rivers.
Oh, the one that I did again for GP Labs Chicks league was the Rally Kenya, and Rally Kenya as one of the most distinctive stages where one stage though is just if you're good enough, it's just one straight line.
Can you believe it?
And yeah, no velo, literally one straight line. And if your car is damaged as I did, oh, that is a very long straight line. I think it was like the fastest time on that specific route cat was 10 minutes. I did it in 25. I finished on the right side. I finished 25 minutes, 50 minutes behind. I finished.
Better than getting a D and F. You're getting an F.
Yeah.
F is better than D and F.
I mean, like, yeah, like you better. Yeah, so much better. I think that one of the best part about kind of like rallying, and it is if we put in like the terms racing game terms, again, like we call the Nürburgring in Gran Turismo Forza as the final boss because it is the final boss. The track is 14 minutes long. 30 if you're driving a slow car. And the terms for like this is becoming the Dark Souls of racing games, and it also makes sense because literally one hit you are not dying. Especially in like these dinky cars which your grandparents may have driven before. What else? Apa lagi? What is a good term for other racing games? I guess can we say Trackmania as a platformer with how many jumps you have to do?
Yeah, sure. I would vouch for it. Like, sure, it's more inclined to the speed running kind of community these days, but there used to be a puzzle element in Trackmania.
Oh yeah, the old one, like ooh.
Figure out how to get to the finish line. Good luck.
Do you know at one point in time, the hardest Trackmania was the Wii version because they are tied it to to their physics, and so it's 30 frames. If you go further than 30, like 60, as you would do, it makes the jumps you want to pull harder on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Always a good lesson to if you're making a game based on physics, tying it to a frame rate may not be a good idea in the long run. So what about Trackmania that you wanted to bring it up? Really?
It's the what's it called? Yeah, the label is being a platformer, and then let's say what else? Racing games. Gran Turismo is this. It is they call themselves as the real racing simulator, which has worked. Apa lagi? What else? What racing games?
What game should
Can
be
we-
called a car RPG?
Oh,
What's the best RPG in racing games?
Car PG, alamak. Car
Okay,
PG.
someone should
ooh.
probably like screaming like Racing Lagoon or whatever the Square Enix game from PS1 kan.
Huh?
Which I wish I played that game, but I cannot say more than that lah.
Hmm.
But to other than to acknowledge that yeah, that game was made by an RPG developer and sort of have RPG elements in the racing game. But there should be more examples. Not that I can think of on top of my head. Like most racing games have RPG elements, but they don't really. I don't feel like there are any that are like can be considered an RPG more than they are a car game slash racing
Life.
game.
What about car life sim? You know one game that reminds me of a life sim, man. It's an older game. I don't know if people remember it. It's called. It's a weird name. It's a Japanese title. It's a. It's the one where you literally you are a car. But you get to meet other people car. Some cars are like macam a Nissan. Some cars are a Toyota. It's a. Is it Choro Q or something like that?
That may ring a bell of some sort.
Man, it's an old title. Like it's. Oh my god! Like this is like like. Technically, that's a color. Yeah, it's the micro cars. Yes. Yeah, I remember. That is technically that's a life. Yeah. Based on the actual.
toy.
Mm.
Oh, interestingly, it was no. It's not developed. No, it's published in the West by Atlas. I thought they developed it.
Yeah.
No. It's by a small company called the Barnhouse Effect. I'm not sure if they are still around.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
The last game on Wikipedia is listed in the year of 2016. The game is on the Wii U. The game is called Great Race.
On the Wii U. On the Wii. That's one way to go. The Wii U.
Wait, that's interesting. They produced the CG of the opening for the game Armored Trooper Bottoms, which is based on an anime, I believe. And I believe that that particular anime is what inspired a lot of Armored Core. That's a long way to say that car games and mecha games have very similar things. Anyway, where were we with the car games again? We went around the track now.
Yeah, that is the racing game rabbit hole. I think it was like live sim. Because technically it's a live sim because you have to go around into houses and then get not oil. It's like, I think like something like to level upgrade yourself. Apa lagi? I think there was one more. There was a Sega one. There was a Sega GT kan. That technically is a live game because I think like you have to manage your car as well. Like you start off with a Cosmo, a Mazda Cosmo, something like that. Ooh, this is like obscure. If you want, you can go obscure for racing games.
That's what a Dreamcast Xbox game.
Yes, it's a Dreamcast game. I remember. I think, and also always don't forget the fighting game equivalent of a racer, aka Tokyo Extreme
Racer.
That's a fighting game. Yeah,
plain and simple. You cannot convince me otherwise. Oh yeah, speaking of Tokyo Extreme Racer, have you come across the indie game in development that is still not out yet, but they've really released a lot of videos called, I believe it's called Night Runners?
Ah, yes, I've seen that, yes.
Yeah. That game looks interesting, albeit a bit creepy.
The vibes, yeah, they don't have the vibes.
Yeah, the vibes is like, you can say the vibes is immaculate, but it's also like, it's tinged with that VHS tint that makes it look creepier than it should.
It's like a game that I think HoloLive would play as a meme.
And I mean, I understand lah. They want to like make sure that people it can be a budgetary issue also lah, but also
Mm.
it could be a style issue where a stylistic choice where they decide to censor all ID. So they censor the
Ah.
license plates, they censor the faces of everyone.
Oh, okay.
And then you look through the game through the VHS tinge and you're like, what am I? Is this a snuff film? Like
Okay, no,
this
this
looks
is like macam it's like if like those yang in the know kan, like that this how they shoot the old midnight clubs, the actual midnight club, not the rockstar one,
yeah. The mid space.
the mid space club, yeah.
So they really want to get the underground vibes.
Yes.
Not that underground, but shout out to Need for Speed Underground. 20 years old now.
Yeah, they are 20 years old yesterday at the time recording. Damn.
I'm in the midst of writing a retrospective for that, so that is on my mind right now, like figuring out how to how to remember that game without actually playing it. I'm not into the mood of like emulating that game, and I don't
Oh
have
yeah, the PC, the
yeah, and there's no legal way to get that game now.
PC, yes.
But anyway, yeah, Need for Speed Underground should be one of the few games that use the word car PG or people describe as a car PG. But I'm not so sure yet. There isn't a game, a racing game,
Wait, if
kan?
that's not a RPG, then what is the crew? The crew now, because if
The-
that's not a RPG, what does count? Is that counts as? I don't want to say Destiny.
No, that's the
don't wanna say
thing.
that's
The Cruise RPG, okay, we can call it RPG, kan?
Yeah.
But it's in the spirit of your looter shooters because
Your current looter shooter, your Warframes,
it's
your
looting
Destiny,
more.
yeah.
In fact, one of the strongest part of that RPG element kan, the style, not style switch. What are the fact that you can like not tune your car, you change your car build into from like street car to a race car to a off road kan. That has
Yes,
been removed. So yeah, that could have been something cool, but they decided nah, too much work.
I think it's still there. It's still there in spirit. Like there is different classes, tapi it's not as clear macam back in the original crew. Like
Yeah, it's not
you
the
can have
it's not the same car. You just spec it out differently. They are now like separate cars. Like okay, this is Skyline Drift. This is the Skyline race car. So they separate it out.
Dulu ya. Back then like you essentially it's like Final Fantasy. You can change jobs. Like oh yeah, I want my Skyline to be a dirt car now, and then I want my 86 to be a drift car like that. So and so.
So I'm looking for maybe someday my dream racing game these days kan. Racing car game to be specific is that okay, car game with the philosophy of Armored Core. In the fact that you just all the upgrades are side grades. So okay, turbos. This turbo is faster, is pulling. This turbo is slow. So those kinds of upgrades. So it's just like okay, you have a base car, and you just swap parts around. And I do mean swap parts, and you have to compare everything. The elements are there to make that sort of game, but I don't see it. Yeah. And yeah, I want to see internally it changes the parts. I want to see a V8 in the bonnet, the hood. Unless you want to have a function where you can actually change the layout of the car, the engine layout kan, and make it visible. That's what missing right now. I mean, you can
true.
like our part customization is there kan, you can change your muffler and that, and then the cosmetic changes are not there. The best part in terms of visual customization is mostly for Need for Speed kan. They are championing that lah, but it's just like that's for fashion. But I want to see
I want the fun.
See the LS3 V8. Come on,
Yes.
show me.
This is the effect of watching too much car videos and actually see that the beauty that is what is under the hood
Mm,
that is largely being only represented in games as stats and numbers.
yep.
Kan? It's
Mm.
it's missing that.
Yeah, maybe you can get let's say a faster turbo, but it's like not high of a pressure, or you can get a high pressure turbo, but it's pulls slower. That kind of trade off.
I want more of that, like rather than just okay upgrades kan. Okay, for turbo is just sport, race, ultimate. No. Make it
Mm,
like that. More decisions that I can make.
yep.
Like suspension, is it just okay, suspensions are kind of get there because you
Change
some
the
games have like
yeah.
okay race, this is for drift.
Yep.
Okay, so but I want more of that, more side grids.
No,
Yeah,
like we're now talking about cars.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
wish.
there's plan. It's quite deep when it comes to car modification, customization, and there's no game that caters to that. At least for
Not
the
yet,
side
yeah.
grade, for the side grade experience lah. Like the upgrades, like okay, there's normal stuff. Okay, put turbo, put this, put that, but nothing as
Detail,
meticulous like
yeah.
in Armored Core.
Like I think like the closest, yeah, besides Need for Speed, the closest is the old GT specifically. Uh, which one they get to cut the change engines? I think was it 6, 7? I think 7 is like they just brought back. I think it should be 6, the one where they can do the funny engine swaps.
I'm not too sure. Itulah, yeah, engine swaps should be more prevalent. It's not just it's something that it's there, but not enough people outside of the people who know the cars actually talk about it.
We need more the specific like.
Like what does when you engine swap a car, what does it change? The okay, the sound should be changed lah, but then a lot of the characteristics are not like mid. The game itself haven't celebrated what engine change entails.
Yeah,
Mm.
car balance, and then
And
parts compatibility. Let's say okay, let's say you put an LS7 in a like a chassis that is meant for LS3. Okay, you don't get enough space for like bigger turbos and stuff.
that kind of game again, like
Hmm.
let's say you can represent parts as like slots. So you
Yeah.
have to like figure out, or you have to Tetris your way and figure out, okay, can I fit the parts here or not, or something like that. There's still rooms for car games to evolve, man.
Yeah. I guess that's the talk of racing games. For some reason, we have just stumbled into the weird era as usual.
Yep. And I guess the
Okay.
EA Sports WRC.
See, the launching pad. So, well,
I
so
step into that hole.
yeah, it only needs the guitar string. That side step, the side quest guitar strings, and then we are Gucci. Speaking of which, is it still though? Is the guitar string still there? Can I ask? Or is it now a more modern take of the guitar strings?
What sort of guitar strings are you talking about here?
The side quest guitar strings. Haha.
Oh, that's why. Because
Yeah.
there's a new stinger. That's why
Oh,
there's a new stinger.
bruh. Okay,
Yeah,
you explain.
it's a bit of ding ding ding. A bit thriller. That's why. And also the sub stories are not that much. Hey guys, we back with like a dragon again. It's only been like last episode since we talk about a new Like a Dragon game, and guess what? There's another new Like a
There's
Dragon
another
game.
new one like a dragon.
Gaiden, the man who erased his name. AKA, this supposed to be DLC, but we decided to go ham, and they did went ham. Okay, so technically this game is for a like a dragon game, for a Yakuza game, kan. Lengthwise, duration wise, it's kind of short. Short, I mean 20 hours plus. That's still a long game. But for this series, it's kind of short, and you can feel it in the story in terms of the way it flows. The pacing of it is a bit, I say uneven. Like, okay, you start strong, and then the story kind of like stops to a halt because there is gameplay, or some may even say padding, and then something happened a bit, and then the finale is explosive, strong ending. But in the middle there is just like some people who have said padding, but thankfully, like a dragon padding is the good stuff. They padded it with tons of like whatever things that you want to do. Like, so they bring all the mini games. I mean, not all, but a lot of mini games. What else? There's a big arena fight thing that you can spend time in. Pocket circuit racing is back. So yeah,
Yes.
a lot of stuff. Pocket circuit racing have side grids. Bringing back that got me thinking. That game also got me thinking about side grids a lot in racing games. Anyway, okay, start back from the start kan. The man who erased his name is the man who previously go by Kazuma Kiryu. He's around. Apparently, he's not dead yet. So the game explores what happened after Yakuza 6 and what happened during Yakuza Like a Dragon. Okay, so this is a teeny bit of spoiler for Yakuza Like a Dragon. There is a one big thing that happened during Yakuza Like a Dragon, and it is reflected in that why we call this game Like a Dragon now. is that point of the story, the fall of Yakuza. Okay, so that will be one of the points that will be explored in this game. Whereas for some reason Kiryu appeared, which everyone thought was dead. I don't know, Daniel, did Yakuza 6 confirm that Kiryu was dead, or they planted an exit strategy for him without going too spoilery? Daniel? Oh no.
He's gone.
He's gone. Later on, he'll be appearing out of nowhere again, and we'll say, "Oh, he's dead. He's back. I thought you're dead." Just like Kiryu. But anyway, the apparently Kiryu is living as Agent Joryu. He's
he changed his name.
He erased his name, and he's working under a faction called the Daidoji. So he's becoming this secret agent. And for whatever reason, they decided to give him the call name Joryu. Despite also saying, yo, don't tell everyone that you are Kiryu. You are technically dead. We faked your dead. We've done all the good stuff to make sure you're dead. Don't give out yourself to make sure you're not you're still alive. Also, we're calling you Joryu. Rather on the nose. So yeah, is the story of secret agent Joryu, and then somehow he gets roped in, as always, back into the Yakuza world for one last job. Somehow he got roped back. And the story is the plot that moves the story along will play a lot, or will ring a bell a lot for those who have followed all these stories before. Kiryu still doesn't want to kill people. There is still a recurring theme. He is still a very stubborn man that wants to do it his way
Mm-hmm.
and expect the story to like unveil plot twist upon plot twist upon plot twists. Some of them feel like, oh god damn it. Some of them are okay, I can understand it. So essentially business as usual. But because of the nature of this story, it's the fact that it's running concurrently with the events of Yakuza Like a Dragon. You are set off to some place, not some place. The whole story is like encapsulating characters that I don't think you ever meet it anywhere. They are technically new characters lah, new characters. All of them are characters are okay, but they are just like okay. Instead of like having to remember like maybe 10 or 15 key players this time, no, just 4. Is it 4? Yeah, okay. Omi Alliance guy 1, 2, 3, and Akame. Okay, 4, just 4. Those are the 4 main characters. 3 of them are within the Yakuza. In particular, the Omi Alliance, because this game is set in Sotenbori, their version of I forgot the actual name.
Dotemori.
Come again?
It's Dotemori
Okay, that's the actual name, Dotemori.
in
Yeah,
Osaka.
Osaka. Yeah. So this place is, I think it was explored a lot in Kiwami 2 or technically Yakuza 2. It was briefly explored in Yakuza Like a Dragon. Ichiban and the gang or Kazuga and the gang did explore this because they this place will lead to the events of that fall. So, but for Kiryu, he was there before Kazuga and the gang arrived. So what did he do at Sotenbori while Kazuga was messing around in Yokohama figuring out the plot? He's out partying.
What?
So,
Hmm?
one of the how you say it?
What?
One of the plot ways they go. Okay, so the reason the Yakuza is bringing Joryu or Kiryu back for one last job is to make sure that this one particular patriarch of a clan won't interfere with the plans of taking out the Yakuza. Oh, it's complicated. So essentially, you will get a special invite to go into a special place called the castle, which is the land for the VIPs, for the rich and maybe famous, I guess. The people with the connections to go and party. It's a lavish. It's that thing that you look like when you see in the trailer that looks like Disneyland. Yeah, that one with
fake
all the
Disneyland.
bright lines. Yeah, the castle is on there. Like there's a literal castle, the Kyoto castle is recreated on that special place, which is actually on a sea barrage. It's on a ship. So exclusive VIP access. And Kiryu has to go there and do some stuff, and that's where the mini games come in. So you have your gambling, you have your arena battles. Arena battles are interesting. It's not just one-on-one fights.
Mm-hmm.
You also have they call it Hell Team Rumble. So you go around recruit people to join your clan. This is the clan creator.
Oh, it came back. Oh
Okay.
no.
Do you know that the clan creator game?
Mm-hmm.
Can you play in Yakuza 6 again? Can you?
It's like macam kind of like Dynasty Warrior in a way. Like you ada set number of people and then you can go battle. Is it like that?
Okay, again. You recruit them. You put in all like the limit for this game is 10 at most.
Okay. Cut down. I think it was 100. I think if I was mistaken back then.
Okay, so this is time is just they just instead of like sending you sending like an army, it's just like 10 strong warriors there. And that 10 strong warriors can range from weird characters such as uh Remember the Shura PP guy from Yakuza 0?
Yeah.
Somehow
Yeah.
one of the cultists is back and he's a healer. What are the callbacks? Remember the one of the big Yakuza men who's also likes to dress up as a baby?
Oh yeah. No.
He's back. You can recruit him. So okay, all those weird stuff, yeah, okay. But interestingly, you can also play as one of them.
Ooh.
So okay, you still have to have Kiryu in the team, but you can have Kiryu controlled by the AIs and you control one of the guys. And they have all different moveset. I mean, they based on class lah. They have like
Mm.
okay, the class with the hammer. Okay, their moveset is like how Kiryu swings a hammer lah. But then you have the ninja guy who literally just shoots out shurikens after shurikens, or rather the kunai knives. And
Yeah, yeah.
basically, imagine it as a gun. You can just sit there at the corner, just press square, 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 or X, X, X repeatedly, and people die. Easy job. So, yeah, you can play as the weird. Oh, yeah, Mr. Masochist. Mr. Masochist is back. The guy who
Oh.
just. Okay, appropriately, he is the tank class because he can take the damage. Absorb damage, even.
Of course, of course.
Of course. So yeah, and that's one of the big mini games for like a Dragon Gaiden lah. And then you can explore the around the castle and find VIPs who help you like recruit more people if you have the money. And then you get to do sponsor matches because oh yeah, this weird president for some company decides to takes you fancy and say, hey, you are a good fighter. Why not try our experimental weapons? What are the experimentals? Legally distinct lightsabers and other assortment of weapons. So, but that one is the one that sticks out the most lah. Legally distinct lightsabers. Like okay, fine.
Damn. I was like, oh, look at this. Look at this stuff that we haven't used for the game. Oh, lightsaber. Okay lah, letak lah.
Try it out lah. Yeah, and then what are the mini games? Oh yeah, the cabaret. The cabaret experience. Okay, in past games, Kiryu has been known to not only be a guest of cabaret clubs or rather hostess clubs, he also manages one. So he has like
yes.
like deep
with the fan favorite nuggets. Oh wait, no, that's the construction. No. Wait, no.
That's the dismantlement. That's the property investment thing from Yakuza 0. This is the one where you handle the ladies. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now I remember.
Yeah, I think in Yakuza 2 you dress up the ladies. Or rather Yakuza Kiwami 2, you dress up the ladies kan. So instead of like seeing 3D ladies, they are now as explained in the game, they are now immersive cabaret experiences. They look real, more lifelike. It's in the game dialogue. It's in the game. Interestingly, this is technically a sub-story, the first sub-story that you get, but technically it is also a mandatory part of the plot. It's a part of the critical path. You have to do one visit to the cabaret club, so as some people will feel creeped out, and that is understandable. Cabaret club is not like a worldwide culture thing. It's strictly a Japanese thing, so yeah, it's essentially a visual novel, but this time around, it's like live action FMV of actual real girls staring at the camera. You know, it's staring at the camera because you can see in their eyes the ring lights.
Yeah.
So they are staring at the camera. And all the 5 ladies featured are winners of they did an audition, a public audition. They cast a wide net and they got shortlisted into 5. I know one of them is an actor or actress rather. One of them is a real hostess. So they got a professional to do the job. One of them is, as everybody know already, is VTuber Kason in her real life
Yeah.
form.
The real case on.
Just called
For real.
K
Okay.
in
Oh
the game.
yeah. I actually like I love that. Actually
Like,
I just got K.
yeah lah, because I look at who is that K again? I pick her and then it's, oh yeah, I know this girl. Oh no, and she all the stuff she said, she's not playing a character. That's her. She when you first meet her, she introduced herself as someone who came from the USA and say her Japanese may be a bit off. Okay. And one of the questions she asked Kiryu is, "Do you know a streamer is?" And then the answer could be, "Oh, the one that you the steamer iron, or the people who the person who runs around naked like a streaker, or oh, the one who broadcasts themselves on the internet." It's weird. But at least it's just like 3 or 4 questions per session, and then you can be off with it.
Wow.
Yeah, Pocket Circuit.
It's back.
Yup, it's
Blessed.
back. Yeah, it's back, and you have to. Some of the quests requires you to run around the place and find rivals, which I think is a Yakuza Zero thing as well, or maybe, again, you find rivals to compete with you. The challenges are hard. Oh, the cafe itself is also a bit modern this time because they want to cater to the adults who played pocket circuit racing during their child their days as children kan. So basically they are now adults, so now there's a bar inside the pocket circuit place. So there are kids there, and then there are adults ordering beers around there also. Like, okay. And Kiryu as well is always enthusiastic with his pocket circuit. He still does the entry the cool heroic poses before he starts the race. And if he loses the race, he will like clap very gently before turning around and then put out the most ridiculous face of disgust, like, oh. Yeah, the races are fun. Like, one track is like, okay, you should put the spike tires because there are grass lanes here. And then a few other races where you need to put longer lasting batteries because it's an endurance race.
Ooh. Okay, that's actually cool.
Yeah. And then it's always about balancing out lah, because every race you have like think of it as there's a budget for each part, kan. So you have to equip the cars under budget. So you have to do your figuring out lah, the pick which side grid do you want. Do you want the frame that gives you faster speed at the cost of balance, or you want to stay in the corners but maybe take the corners a bit slower? There's a lot of those kind of decisions. Otherwise, if you build lopsided cars, they can stop midway or they can fly off from the track. And you have to use Kiryu's power of determination, pressing the B button or circle, pressing it, using the spirit of determination to make sure the car goes back on track. Like, like anime, like the Shionguru. The commentator also say, oh yeah, Juryu's power of determination or something like that again helps the car to keep on track. Like, god damn it. Plenty of races also. Like, I thought I was done after the veteran race, but no, there's a secret entrance for more races that you can do. So inside that cafe, there's another secret layer inside for the cool cup for the cool kids, I guess. Yeah, that's a big mini game. Also mandatory that you have to do one time. So you should get hooked into racing toy cars. The sub stories themselves are a bit they are not that many, but some of them are very current. There's one quest. It started out you going to advise a younger man about something. So what sort of advice? You go meet that person, meet that guy, and say, okay, I don't need your advice anymore. Come again. I already have a good way to a method to get advice from. It's in my pocket. Shows up his phone. Take a guess. Kiryu encounters generative AI.
Oh no!
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, basically that. Oh man.
Is it given a different name though?
Yes.
Of course, the copyright thing, yeah.
I think it's called Chat DDT. So Kiryu goes to like AI.
You AI?
Are you? It ends in a wholesome way. Even though one of the advisors goes to suggest that person to jump over the bridge.
Bruh.
And the guy just like, yeah, I should do this. Pongo. At least in that way, that's and a few of those sub stories still do the whole okay, this is a wacky story, but it ends in a wholesome takeaway and a moral. So I hope you like cat puns by the end of that sub story. It's all I say. But then there's also another weird quest where you have to gather 7 balls, 7 gold balls, and the requester is by a person named Shen. So I found all the 7 balls, and the balls are found in very interesting places. Some of them are very like okay lah, on the nose lah. I can purchase one from the billets mini game because snooker pool kan, you play with the balls, so you can trade in and get one golden ball. I think in the golf course also because you play with the ball. And then there's a few rather interesting choices. 2 of them I found by looking at very strong shirtless men posing.
Ooh.
And something was glowing in between their thighs. I grabbed them. Apparently, I grabbed the balls. And then there's one lady staring at a giant statue that is like a giant. I mean that they are the statue is like overlooking people. Like you can see under their legs, and she's staring at why I'm looking at this shiny thing, and then you look at the golden statue with the first person view and look up skirt, and then you say, oh yeah, there is a shiny thing, grab that. Oh yeah, you grab a golden ball from a golden statue. I think there's a Gintama joke somewhere there. And then finally, I've gathered all the balls. And okay, I'm just gonna read out lah because this is stupid. This is the localization team like having fun.
Very fun.
Oh yeah, Kiryu says in monologuing, oh yeah, I should report back now that I've mastered the balls, capital balls. And then he talks to the person to turn around the balls. Yeah, remember the request to get some balls? Well, I found 7. The person reply, oh yeah, you didn't fail, Yoryu. Finding all the 7 must have been pretty nutty, eh? Nuts. And then Kiryu replied back, oh yeah, things got a bit hairy, but nothing I couldn't handle. localization team. Speaking of Kiryu, I didn't even talk about the combat. Combat is good. Uh, a bit of getting used to. Daniel, remember playing Yakuza 6 and how Kiryu controls kan?
Yeah.
A bit slow kan? It's like that. Still like that. But I think in the
No.
option bed too, when there is an option to have sprint automatically. So in
No,
combat
I
you
see.
can just sprint rather than like, oh, why I'm moving slow? Oh, I should hit sprint. He now has a different style this time. The agent style. Which
Ages.
if the default style is now called Yakuza style rather than Dragon style. I don't know if it's intentional, but you know they change it. For agent style, it hits faster, and you have gadgets to play around, which includes the spider, which you can grab people using spider webs and throw people around, which is what I used to grab all the balls as well, which is interesting. There's the hornet. No. Yeah, the hornet is drones that you can summon. It's just a drone flying and then smacking the person, which is not doing that much damage. But if you have to summon 50 of them at the same time, no, I'm not kidding. 50 is the maximum drones that you can summon. That's crazy. You overwhelm them with drones. There's I think it's called the firefly, which is the smoke bomb. Yeah, no, the cigarette bomb. You throw a cigarette and it's actually a bomb, a grenade. It explodes. People die from it, I guess. And since this game have like 20 people that you have to beat up, even normal battles, yeah, at least six. I ballpark around 6 to 10 people will gang up on you for a random battle. So thankfully you have a grenade now. Or if you decide not to do violence that directly, why not just ram them with your jet boots? Somehow Kiryu has jet boots. Yeah, like a
Yes.
Dragon Gaiden. Game's fun. I recommend playing at least Yakuza Like a Dragon or Yakuza 6 or any of the two before going in this game.
Going blind, yeah, going blind.
Not necessarily the best game to go in blind because the story requires a lot of context to make you feel things. Oh, but the ending is worth it though. We've seen the trailer where Kiryu sheds a tear and
Yeah.
I should say it now. This is the best portrayal of a man bawling their eyes out I've seen in a video game so far. With context, it is emotional. Without going too far into the spoilers, and it is the performance of the Japanese voice actor again. I have never felt so. I was bawling with Kiryu when it is touching. It is very impactful that moment, and the way they frame the scene. If we have a best story moment category, this would win it. Just for that one scene alone. So if you are like invested in the story of Kiryu, and I think you'll very much resonate with it. It makes sense why he fights so hard, and how much it contextualize everything he has gone through so far. So yeah, one of the best moments. The summary of like a Dragon Gaiden is that one picture that I posted on Twitter, and I'm either Ballin or Bawlin.
Ballin of ball.
Because on one point you are freaking you are freaking baller. You literally go around the street throwing money at people. You are living the lavish lifestyle, indulging in decadence of entertainment. the mini games, the sub stories and whatever, you be accruing millions of yen, and then the emotional beats hits you hard. So that's like a Dragon Gaiden. Also, there's a demo at the end for like Dragon Infinite Wealth. That's also a banger. That's worth the game. That's worth the play. Apparently, the demo has a lot of content that is supposed to be part of the main game, but not yet. So a lot of stuff have been determined and leaked. So people who are maybe adverse to spoilers, be wary of that. But I've heard some of the karaoke music that has not been released officially yet. They are interesting.
Okay, so ooh, we've come towards the end, and I see there's only one way out, and it's through City 17. Oh no!
Let's go.
Oh no!
Let's go.
17.
Okay.
But this is pre Far Cry 2. In canon wise, it's pre Far Cry 3, isn't it?
Sorry.
Is it pre Far Cry 2? This City 17, or is it after Far Cry? Sorry. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Half-Life. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
This is
Gaben going to
pre
kill me.
Half-Life 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
In other world kan, Half-Life Alex would have been called Half-Life Gaiden.
I mean, yeah, technically yes. This is Half-Life.
Oh my.
Half-Life Gaiden. Half-Life, Half-Life Alex, Half-Life 2. So this is Gaiden outside story. So yeah, a bit of a background. Valve is having let's say the Half-Life franchise anniversary of some sorts. So they put on sale a lot of the Half-Life games like Half-Life 2, Alex and stuff. So I'm like, okay, Half-Life Alex like 50 ringgit. I'm like, let's go. I've been waiting. Okay, I've had this meta quest for like close to 2 years now. Haven't played Alex before. So I downloaded it and get on with it.
Half-Life is now 25 years old, by the way.
Yes. 25 years. That's a long time. Yeah.
Underground was 20, now Half-Life is 25. Like, oh god, the anniversaries.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, for those who did not know, not in the know, Half-Life Alyx is a VR only title set in the Half-Life world. So when it comes to the timeline, it's 5 years before Half-Life 2. So before our man Gordon Freeman got unfrozen and gone to like save the world, like this game is set 5 years before that. So we are playing as the character Alex Vance, yeah. So going through City 17 in the quest to save her father, Eli Vance. So yeah, that's the gist of the story lah. So okay, I haven't played a lot. I think I managed around like 4 hours up until now, but still I can give like quite the impression for how this game, my impression on Half-Life Alyx. Okay, and the verdict is it's worth all the awards, all the commendation that it gets. Like this is probably one of the best VR game ever.
How did you spend around messing with the white boy at the start?
Close to half an hour. Everyone knew, yeah.
It's as impressive as it's being.
Yeah. I mean, when you start, okay, you see all this like big scene, you see all the tripods and everything, right? And then you went in, go through the small like video call, and at the same time I just thought, I got this, all these pens. Can I draw on this glass? Like, oh shit, yeah. I can actually draw. It actually works. All 3 different colors. I have blue, red, and green. I'm like, okay, I just draw this and that. Oh, it's almost 30 minutes already. Okay, I better get going. Yeah, and Valve really nails it with Half-Life Alyx when it comes to interactivity in VR, like how you interact with the world, the movement, the movement, and how the intuition when it comes to how you traverse and interact with things. Yeah. Okay, for traversal, they give like 3 different movement style. You have jump teleport, and then you have linear teleport, and another one is the free moving. So you can choose either one. Depends on your level of comfort.
Okay, how does linear teleport works?
So okay, you point and then you teleport like whoosh. You understand? So it's like you zoom teleport.
Zoom. With jump
Okay.
teleport, you don't see the zoom, kan?
Yeah, it's black, just blink
Ah,
blink. It's blink teleport basically.
okay. No, because okay, I see it. Because some people feel the disconnection of suddenly
Yes.
moving, but you are not moving, and that's
Yeah.
the big problem with VR these days,
Yep.
kan?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And I picked the free moving. There's a linear continuous movement basically. So it's like normal moving like using controllers. So you just thumbstick, well, left, right, up, down. Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to interaction with like all the objects around you, you can actually grab most of the things. Like grab a bucket, grab a cone, grab a box, move, throw around. Like god dang, this is really good. So it feels natural. Like the Valve nails it from day one. Like oh, and most of the like loose items you can interact with. Bottles you can pick it up, you throw, or you can break. Like you throw it to the floor, it breaks. And there's an achievement for that. You break 50 bottles. You get an achievement. Exactly.
The break bottle is fine. 50, okay, they really want people to like
Yeah.
mess around.
Yeah. Really mess around. Also that for those who like attentive enough, they'll saw some like uh, suspicious wooden crates that you can actually grab and break to get the resource within, like ammo, maybe resins and stuff. Yeah, and there's also an achievement if you smash and grab supply crate. Yeah, you break supply crate, you get an achievement, of course. And then and another way of interaction is through the special glove. Is the gravity glove. So with the gravity glove, you can point at any objects, let's say a few feet away, and then it get highlighted. And then you just basically like grab and pull. So and then the object will fly onto you, and make sure you grab it on time.
Oh yeah, the actual grabbing at the end, kan?
Yeah, the actual grabbing. So instead of you, let's say, going that far to get the stuff and then like awkwardly grabbing the air, you can just point, pull, grab, point, pull, grab, point, pull, grab. Like,
Okay.
oh dang, this is intuitive as hell.
Are there
So
grenades being lobbed in this game?
yes, we
Can
have
you
grenades. I haven't reached that yet, but yes.
itulah Pak. I'm thinking of, can you pull the grenade from the ground and lob it back?
You can catch enemies' grenades and throw it back.
Oh yeah,
There's an achievement for that.
of course.
Of course.
Okay, that one I'm okay with having an achievement to let people know you can do this. Try
Yes, you
it
can do it.
out.
You can do it. And also for the grabbing, you can also grab. Let's say you have an enemy a combined soldier over there. He has a ammo on its belt. You can just grab and pull. And there's an achievement for that. Of course. Like a lot of these, like you have to discover on your own, and then okay, Valve will give an achievement. Congratulations, you found that. Good job, bro. Yeah. What else? Yeah. And then for the healing, let's say the healing mechanics. So instead of having like health packs and stuff that you can just you eat or you put on your body, it has a healing station where you just put your hand and then like an animation of like syringes and stuff will just work on your hand. So you get healed through that. Also you have healing syringe and stuff. There's the healing syringe. It works like an EpiPen. So you hold, you press, and you just inject onto your arm or your body. It works like an EpiPen.
Good.
Really awesome. And then what else? Oh yeah, like the scary part. The face huggers.
Oh yeah, that thing. Oh yeah. So literal jump scare, isn't
Yeah,
it?
literal jump scare, especially in the dark. I think it was on chapter 3, where you really have to go through the underground filled with like all of these Zen aliens and stuff. And then you have to go there. You go through. Okay, you reach a point. Okay, it's too dark. Okay, you have to go like pick up a flashlight, basically, like a sub quest. Although it's a linear one. Okay, pick up flashlight. Then you go through the dark. Imagine like you have this flashlight and then you have enemies like left and right. You face hugger. Then you have all these zombies around you. Like shit. And of course you panic lah.
Of course.
Boom, boom, boom. Fire. Oh, I run out of ammo. Like the tension is real. They really build the tension, especially in the dark section of the game. Yeah, speaking of which, the weapon manipulation mechanics also awesome. Instead of, let's say you have a pistol, you have a gun, and then you press a button to reload, you actually have to do the reload yourself. So you press a button, eject a magazine, pull a fresh magazine from your bag, then insert, and then release the slide. Then you can fire.
Bro.
All different weapons have different reload styles.
Yeah, so far there's only 3 weapons. You have a pistol, and then you have a shotgun, and you have an SMG. The pistol one, it's a 1911, of course. It's a 1911.
The American.
The American classic 1911. So it's the usual one. You normal reload, and then for the shotgun, it's a break action. So you break the shotgun. You load the chamber. Then you just fix it back, pull the bolt out, basically. Yeah, and then you're ready. The shotgun is not like a normal shotgun where you reload from bottom, right? No, this is a break action. And then what else? Oh, you have the SMG. The SMG one is unique because you cannot reload until you run out of ammo, or you run out of the magazine lah. So it's very tactical. So it's not something, I only have 3 bullets, so reload now. No, you cannot. You must reload when you're done.
Now I'm looking at the weapons, they are all designed to be one-handed.
Yeah,
Of course.
it's all one-handed. Of course, you can hold it like two-handed for stabilization, but more or less you can use it one hand. Mm-hmm.
I can expect that you can like put the say aim from the is there even a crosshair, but whatever lah, the middle of the gun kan, you can look it from there kan.
Yeah. You aim downside through the sides, so there's no crosshair. You literally use the weapon sights, or you can have like a reflex sight. There's a modification aspect to it. You add reflex sight, or you can add laser sight. It's like that's a cheat.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. You can have laser sights.
I mean, how else do you want to put a crosshair when you are in VR?
No.
I mean,
You do it like real life.
you can't plaster. You can't put tape on the middle of the screen. You don't expect it to work like that, nah.
No. Doesn't work like that. But yeah. I mean the gun mechanics like works really well. It's intuitive. You can feel the power, especially the shotgun. Boom, boom. Just boomstick. Yeah. I haven't tried the SMG yet because I haven't reached that part. just the pistol and the shotgun so far. Also, like one cool like little mechanics is that okay, your flashlight is on your left hand because I use my right hand for weapons, so I can aim freely the flashlight with my left hand. But if I put together my left and right hand, the flashlight will aim same as my gun. So you just switch.
Oh.
So
Okay.
like intuitively, it when I put my hand together, okay, it points where I aim.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
like all these little things makes Half-Life Alyx like the Valve really makes it work. All these little things. Yeah, a lot of VR games they try this and that, it doesn't work, but this one really works. Like it's intuitive, it's fun, it's like tense building. It feels fair. When you are attention, it's like it doesn't feel like the games is fighting against you. It's just you. It's a skill issue. If you fuck up, it's you. So yeah, when it comes to difficulty, you can have from story until like hardcore or something. So the story difficulty is basically just shoot one or two bullets and the enemy will die. That's it. And for the hardcore, of course, like it's mostly damage instead of like enemy movement and stuff, because they already tuned the enemy movement to suit the pace of the game. So it's not something like, oh, way too fast that you don't have time to shoot or aim. No, it's just right. Just a matter of the damage dealing and damage dealt when it comes to difficulty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you playing it with the what's the headset called again?
Meta Quest 2. Yeah.
The Quest 2. Okay.
Yeah. The Quest 2. And another commendation to Valve. Okay, my laptop is a gaming laptop, but for gaming laptop it's considered potato. and I've worried like quite a lot whether my laptop can run this game or not. And when I started, I'm like, oh yeah, good high. Okay, it defaults to the lowest preset when it comes to graphical fidelity, but it looks great, and it's like the frame rate is high. I don't get motion sickness. It doesn't look like 30 or something. It looks like high refresh rate. It's stable. I don't get crashes. And like, dang, this guy's done good. Even though my laptop doesn't reach the recommended performance target, but it still works. Like, oh, damn, Valve, you done your homework. All these little things, man. And people wonder why, like, how Valve can still survive up until now. Can they just be lazy? Because they do things right. Even though they don't do a lot, they do it right.
That's nice noise.
Yeah. As long as they don't experiment too hard, like quote unquote artifact.
Artifact, yeah. I mean, at some point they have to fail here and there.
But at least we know that it's not like they put in the effort lah. Whenever they release a big game, you know there's definitely a lot of thought put into it.
Yeah. And especially with Half-Life Alyx, like you can really see the thought process, the intuition that they want to give players, because I think they also play this game. You can see the developers, they want to develop and make the player experience as smooth as possible without babying. Yeah, if I can like convey the meaning of it. Yeah, the developers are also gamers. It's not like developers are, oh, I just code or I just make arts, I just design this and that. No, it's like all the developers, they play the game, they design as if they want to play the game. It's like good, awesome. This is how games should be made. should be made.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's a matter of trade-off whether the development studio want it or not. But Valve apparently, not apparently, they really have the wherewithal, the capacity, and the motivation to do right by their players. So even though I'm talking about a game, but this is also like one of the masterpieces of Valve. Like they don't release a lot of things, but when they do it good. They do it right. Another case in point, the Steam Deck.
Steam Deck.
And it only took like the Steam machines and the Steam controller to be a dud.
to be a deck.
And of course, failures will also be there, but they learn from it.
Go on them lah. And yeah, and the Steam Deck OLED looks, well, it looks the same if you just look at it like that. But internally they really like decided to like revise it quite massively. From what I've seen, so okay, they are iterating. Okay, that's good to see. Hopefully the OLED is properly bright now because
1,000 nits.
because I'm seeing I've seen the ROG live for the first time, and it looks okay. That's how the screen looks. Okay. I mean, it should be fine if you like stare closely, but I don't know. I'm not feeling with the portable screens. It's not bright
Do you
enough.
think it's for you, portable gaming?
I might be going to the gaming if my laptop is dying. Dying of death right now. It's dying of death.
I'm not traveling that much, so
I mean, it's not necessarily about traveling. It's something like at some point you just don't want to sit in front of a computer. You just want to sit on a sofa or lying on your bed and play games for like 15-20 minutes and like, okay, we're done.
My gaming setup is very comprehensive for that kind of environment. I'm staring at my bed on the left. Over there, I can see my TV that is set up with the PS5 with a small seat down there for console gaming. And I'm here at my office space on a chair with my staring at my laptop, and I can be at any of these locations to game with just one simple adjustment. In a way, I'm not the target audience for that new PS Portal because I can see the TV. Why do I need to stream? I have a dedicated setup. So yeah, it's a me problem. Which
is a big problem. Oh my god.
Which means that portable gaming stuff is like, I mean, it's cool to have, but at the moment I'm good. Like maybe if I don't have a laptop and I need a PC and I don't have enough space, yeah, maybe a portable PC would work.
Yeah, it might work, yeah.
But I mean, if I need one thing for work purposes, I'll just get a dinky ass tablet so I can type. But that's about it lah. I'm good in terms of what you say, gaming. My gaming environment is sorted. But I understand that not everyone's like me, so yeah, I glad to see portable stuff out around.
Yeah.
Hopefully with brighter screens.
Hopefully.
Nah, that was a fluke. That was a fluke. Copium. That was a fluke. I mean, you saw like they connected. So we went to Lalaport or BBCC around KL. So we played that at the Is it Nitori or Nojima? I forgot the name. It is like
one particular electronic hardware store lah. Let's say that.
That is a Japanese piece. They had a Steam Deck, ROG. I don't know. I say ROG Ally. and it's connected to a very nice Samsung monitor as well. So I think that's the preferred way to play the boy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess on that note,
Shall I go to our news or topic for the evening? Okay. So, what is this question? Excuse me, what's this question? What's an indie game?
because it's a hot topic right now.
Oh my, yeah, it is a hot topic right now.
Okay,
Like so much so that the people that I talked to in at a recent event also like got fed up with that question. Even they are done like.
yeah, but I mean, internally we already discussed our stance on this. I mean, we've done so in our own Game of the Year awards, but this question has been shoved into the limelight recently due to the nominations of the 2023 the Game Awards. One of the games in within the best indie category is Dave the Diver, which categorically speaking, you might say that's an indie game that people have come into question whether that particular game should be an indie game because they are developed by Mint Rocket, and Mint Rocket is technically an indie game, indie label, but
Yes.
it's an indie label under Nexon, a particularly established and large game publisher. So okay, so I've looked back at the past Game Awards. So that's from 2022 to 2014 kan. I've been looking around and all the nominated games in Best Indie are from our definition they are like true indies, as in no none of the developers were anyway connected to a large publisher. If the best is that indie publisher at that time lah, at that time, like retroactively don't count lah. Okay, Rocket League is in best indie game, but they are not indie anymore because Psyonix was acquired by Epic in some years, I forgot, but not that year.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time the mainstream audience have to wrestle the question. So what is an indie game anymore, to the point that people are making like charts and people are like
Call
trying
of
to
Duty is an indie game.
Oh no! I refuse. I refuse to acknowledge that.
and like okay, what counts as indie games? Is it just vibes or
Is it pixel art?
or is it like who's the backer of the company? So but I think for us, we already discussed this before kan. Remember
Yeah.
the indie game I guess we brought it up during the year where Chivalry 2 got brought up
Mm-hmm.
kan, because by definition from company if we go through the argument of this of today kan, is it vibes or company background kan. Company background, they are indie. Tripwire is still a small company and Town Banner Studios are a small developer, relatively speaking lah. I
Yeah.
believe what under 100 is considered small. So but the vibes are not there. Their vibes, Chivalry 2's vibes are not indie vibes, as in the aesthetic is realistic. The genre they are trying to cover is also like a multiplayer game with the what you say, with a large scale
Large scale multiplayer.
environment. Yeah, that's something the realm of like AAA games who have done. So the vibe check doesn't go.
Doesn't look good.
But company wise they are good. But that's why we introduce what we call the indie spirit kan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that argument which by we mentioned, I forgot the words I've said. I checked back the tapes, as in I've listened back to our podcast, but now I forgot that during this time. But the key takeaway was that indies should be it's an indie as long as they are doing something else against the mainstream. Mainstream being big budget games.
Yes.
So that's the big you say idea or the concept of what is indie. Like look at indie music. Indie music is whatever is not really playing on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
or rather not playing on pop radio. So that's indie music. It could be indie rock, it could be indie hip hop or whatever kan. But there are indie like that. But there are also indie bands signed to big record labels. I cannot remember an example on top of my head, but there are examples. I've looked through a few. Which is, similar to what's happening back in video games in here. It's a thing. But for our sake, whatever is considered indie is not only that need they don't necessarily need to have an indie vibe, but they don't not necessarily need to not have a corpo overlord sponsoring them in some way. It's as long as they carry the spirit of an indie game, which we define as they are doing something else that no mainstream game is doing. So are you I'm asking you guys, within our definition, do you guys agree that Dave the Diver should still be an indie game?
I
It's
mean,
tough. Yeah, like that's tough. Like,
funding and like backer wise doesn't seem indie, but the spirit's like, spirit's there.
Okay, kan, spirit is there kan. So, but also let me throw a few ring that is specific to us why we should consider them indie. One in particular is that this game came to our desk metaphorically in the inbox. We were being approached by a PR representative that only covers indie games. That's how I consider them indie in this particular case. Not only they were branded by indie, they were marketed as indie, and I believe the team is still also small. Mint Rocket is still under Nexon, but they are operating indie style. At least for this particular title, and the game itself is like you can't put a box in for what Dave the Diver is. But what I can figure out kan, the best way to describe Dave the Diver kan, it is throwing a lot of things for you to do, similar ways like a dragon has always been doing. There's a lot of mini games. There are a lot of like different things that can make you distract you from doing the main plot, but it's all fun and some sort of way will feed back into the main plot. So it's kind of also they also do the grandiose animations. Like I mentioned about Kiryu like reacting really really disgustingly when he loses a race in Pocket Racing. And so for Dave the Diver, they also like spend time to animate. Okay, this is the crafting animation. You see the weeb mechanic, weapons dealer doing the I think he's doing a henshin or he's doing a magical girl thing. So there's like a transformation of some sort and they animate that. So yeah, they make it fun in that way. Hey, Future Meck here. Some bits of the dialogue here is missing, so let me fill you in. Danial spoke to an anonymous game developer, which was alluded earlier. What they say is that personally, Dave the Diver isn't an indie game, but Baldur's Gate 3 technically is. And now we go back to the original dialogue.
Baldur's Gate is indie, even though it's the big Then again, that is indie.
Okay, that's what's bothering me with the what to say proper definition of indie these days. Because you can be an independent game, but then you can make a AAA scale game while still being independent. No, because I do believe that that's a good definition of indie games, kan? But I believe indie games have already have more further than that. There's already a different identity rather than this is like corporate structure wise. This is what we call indie game. Because think of it this way: if we frame an award category kan, best indie game kan, and then you
Mm-hmm.
put, okay, remove Dave the Diver, and then you put what else in the category kan? I remember.
It was Dave the Diver, and then it was Dredge,
Dredge. Mm-hmm.
and then what's the other one? I forgot. But yeah, like just an example, kan, those two, like Dredge, Idiot, and Sea of Stars. Yeah, that's the name. Yeah. That's the game. Sea
Okay,
of Stars.
okay, I pull up the list. Cocoon,
Cocoon,
Dredge, Sea of Stars,
Viewfinder.
Viewfinder. Okay, now put all those lists kan. Okay, put Baldur's Gate 3 on there. Who's gonna win?
Easy. For this.
That's the problem. If we are and Baldur's Gate 3 wins it because they put a lot of production on there. And while these other games are operating at a smaller scale or a different scale rather. So that's my
Yeah.
problem with like just using corporate structure as what's an indie game.
Like yeah.
Kan? Like after this kan, let's say a few who's a good developer these days that still haven't got their reputation solid.
New Blood?
No, I'm talking non indie.
Not indie.
Okay.
That's actually hard.
Because all of them have terrible
Yeah, all of them
reputation.
bad. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, all of them
Okay,
have problem.
you can talk. Okay, take Valve kan. Okay, take Valve. Okay,
Mm.
Valve have ex-employers. They leave Valve and then they start their own indie venture. And then apparently they decided to make a spiritual successor to Half-Life 2. They call it like decay, decompose, whatever 3 kan. The unofficial sequel to Half-Life 2 or whatever kan. Operating on independently, but they got funding, they got the budget, and then they start hiring a lot of people and they start doing having different companies from around the world also contributing to the project, and sold Million Gangbusters and also get nominated as best indie. And then you have to contend those games with the smaller scale games that are operating not at that scale.
Hmm.
So that's why I don't believe that using just the corporate structure should be determining best indie. In fact, last year we've also made caveats kan. We've nominated a few games under best indie that are technically not indie corporately, structurally, but they are indie in spirit. Hard
Yeah.
Space Shipbreaker kan. That's technically a B
Yeah.
game if you consider who the publisher is. But the developer has been making indie scale games, and the spirit of indie as in they are doing games that are very different from the mainstream, that checks out. But the weirdest is Rule 7, man. Rule 7
Hmm.
is under private division, not only just published, they are
Yeah.
literally owned by private division, which makes them the Undertake 2. And they only make indie style games. So and we nominated them too into best indie. The
Yeah.
Game Awards didn't put them there. That's the thing. The Game Awards was previously they have been very good at avoiding any sort of this controversy because they don't do what we do. They check the corporate overlords. Like remember It Takes Two and
Yeah.
he's like produces indie style games, but they are under EA original, which is EA lah, big corpo. They won Game of the Year, but they didn't got nominated for best indie. They are not considered indie. But if I nobody tells me that that game is funded by EA, I would say that's an indie game.
A game that is It's a video game that is made by yeah, this is my understanding. It's like what, maybe at least less than 100, 200, or maybe okay lah, generous lah, less than 500. That's indie.
No, I think stick to 100.
200, yes, maybe 200. Yeah.
I mean the big triple A games can have like 100 team. The core team
Oh
can reach to 100,
yeah.
and then balloon off when they need to get the outsourcing QA, outsource QA. But core team can be around 100, even less sometimes. Itulah like what as game of the year approaches kan, when we go to best indie, I think we should have a hard line definition on how we at Gamer Matters define what is indie. I mean, if it's against whatever the world is saying, it's fine, but that's how we as an outlet look at it, look at the situation. Because it's not fair calling Baldur's Gate 3 an indie. They deserve to be. They,
Triple A. It's a triple A quality.
Putting Dave the Diver on there, despite it being owned by controllers, is being seen as also not fair, because that means that if any of the big publisher just wants to like, oh, let's grab an indie, try and grab an indie award, let's assemble a small team from our already established team and spread, let them spread out and then let them do whatever. Imagine Sony doing that, and they can like, okay, instead of media molecule kan, they are making those kind of game. Okay, separate them out and then have them be an indie developer by name and make out there games. So I get the argument why people don't want to call Dave the Diver in game. In fact, there's at least one article, one interview that that has one of the people from Nexon saying, basically saying that Dave the Diver, it shouldn't be considered an indie game. It's more than that. So, and interestingly, I've looked around the socials for Dave the Diver and they have still not acknowledged their nomination.
They
so
like nope.
I don't know what they're gonna respond through the whole debacle.
So it's quite interesting. Like, that it's just like so many questions.
For me, I would rather we have put in the sand lah. We carry on with the definition of the spirit of indie, how we define indie games. Always make it a note lah when we consider an indie game which is technically having a big brother, big corporation backing them.
Big corporate.
Or maybe just call those games indie style. Okay, true indies are just indie games. But indie games backed by corporate overlords, indie style games.
Indie style. Indie light. Indie light.
Indie light is Indie light is weird because they are much more heavy.
Yeah.
In terms of deep pockets.
So it's an indie style.
Indie style. Okay, we found a clean definition lah. I mean,
it's an indie style game.
So back to the spirit of indie games, games that are going against the mainstream titles. They are doing something different compared to the mainstream titles, and they can be from there they can be categorized as true indie games or indie style games. So now the big question is, should we nominate indie style games into our best indie category later on?
Maybe. So like that's a discussion we have to do.
We have to do that discussion. The bridge is getting we need to build that bridge. We already see where we need to cross. But at least we now figure out lah what's a clean way to describe games in what we considered indie games, but technically not. But now we need to figure out how to describe Baldur's Gate 3. How do you describe Larian Studios then? Independent. They are independent games, but they are making big budget indie game. Okay, dah. Okay, tutup. Close the book. They are making big budget indie games.
This is like so many questions, but we shall go there when we go there.
I mean, it's getting there. We should we should answer those questions. I mean, if uh, who would have, who should answer these questions first? If not the people
Yes.
in media, in the games media, the people who
Yeah.
are championing, who are talking, who are supposed to be the ones leading the way on the discourse of video games, kan? Yeah.
Mhm.
Now that we figure out what's an indie game and what's not, let's talk about more indie games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we went to an event called. I just mentioned it briefly. It is called the Indie Jam by the Magic Grey folks, and oh boy, it's really good. It's a really good event. Yeah, like we have tons of indie developers. The folks have made games using the jams, and some of them are also like actually some of them are made by like not to say like from I want to say what's the word big-ish companies, because we have the likes of Persona Theory there, and uh what's the other company, I forgot the name already, but the ones that was making I Need Space, technically that's a big-ish.
Let's say more established.
More established. That's a better. Yes, I'm sorry. My grammar is now grammar. All right. Okay. So how was the event? What do you guys think about the event? Because we went down day one.
Speaking of space, kan, they really could use some more.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I'm
Because
surprised they managed to pull that kind of a crowd. I mean, it shouldn't be because it's free. But then again, the venue is not what you say, not known to be having that many of a crowd. So space was an issue. And it's an interesting thing to see lah, because they managed to cram more than 30 booths within that
yeah.
part of a section of a food court. Like 30 or at least 30. There's a bit
Yep.
more because of there are also the games made in game jams. So to say quite a few is an understatement. What are the interesting games you guys found and tried?
Of course, I shall start off with the game that I've actually want to play. That I want to play at Gamescom, actually. That it was a shooter which I forgot the name. Do you remember the name? It's the one where it looks like Quake, but it plays like. Oh my god! My brain is now mush, but it's a
Is it?
very good shooter. Um, yeah.
I'm looking at the list. You can find on GamerMatters.com. Very convenient. Those guys have the list.
Yeah, what the guy? Yeah, I love those guys.
Is it
I
something?
will. Is no, okay.
Is it something called Unyielder?
Ah, yes, there we go. Yes, Unyielder. Yes, that's the name. It's a first person shooter, and from the demo it is a boss rush. Like, ooh, the boss will rush you in a way. Like, boy howdy, because it's a roguelike, it's a roguelike shooter. So at the start of each level, you go before you step into the arena, they will give you like a bunch of stuff, like, oh yeah, here is +1 in damage, +5 in jumping, and then oh, you can change your ammo type, you can have like exploding rounds for this one. And then after you pick your pick 5, as they call it in the Call of Duty realm, your pick 5, you jump into the arena, and oh, the boss, no mercy. have fun. they will mercilessly beat you up. And this is like a proper boss as well with 3 health bars, by the way. So like, I hope you have enough elements to weather out the 3 bosses. But the best part kan, I only played the first boss and I died like towards the end. Do you know there's actually a second boss after that first boss? Like after you beat it, they give flashes a red warning of a final boss approaches.
It's the typical FromSoft Wave 2, Phase 2 boss.
Because the reason why I remember this game is the fact that I saw it at Gamescom and people line up to play that game. Unyielded. Also in Level Up, I would talk to developers. So also there was a bit line in Level Up KL as well. So yeah, this game is gaining traction, and it's nice to see like local fans are happy, are excited for this one because I am excited for this type of games. And that's my pick. Another one that I like was this horror game called Stillwater. It is you and your companion have to investigate this haunted house that claims is going to kill your investigating the Denzel in Distresses grandfather essentially. And I really like the art style. It's very graphic novel, and like I think this might not be for many people because it is a visual novel, but I like the mystery. It feels like a Sherlock Holmes book. So that's my 2 picks. What about you, Meck? Any games that interested for the near future, essentially?
Okay, this is a weird pick.
Ooh.
It's called Weirdlets.
Oh, Weirdlets. Yes.
Funnily enough, the developer is also called Weirdworks. They have something weird going on. Spelled weirdly also.
Weirdly as well. Yes.
WEYR. Okay, the pitch that I got was this game was a relaxing desktop pet game kan. And then I see this like, oh yeah, a small island. And then there's this little fishman. I call it a fishman. It's technically a gecko, and it's called Wagyu. Yes, it is confusing. It's
Wagyu.
the name does not relate to any of them, and yet I call them a fish. Look, it looks like a goldfish in color, man. So that got me. Walking fish, even like. So that was the pitch in my head, and when they say desktop pet. Is this the 2000 thing again?
Yes.
Yeah, after like a few minutes of looking at the island, and then they say, okay, can you open the menu and then press this, and then it boosts back to the desktop, and then that orange fishman is just hanging out on the desktop like it's bonsai buddy. We are back in the 2000s, baby. And yes, it is like your fun little companion that hangs out on the desktop. You can interact with them. You can like grab them and throw them around. You can pet them. You can slap them apparently. And yeah, they make a very I can't say cute, but because you know you're slapping.
Slapping
let's
noise.
say the voice is let's say charming. And yeah, it's just a wholesome little toy thing rather than an actual game where you have objectives and whatnot. It's just like even the island thing that you get when you actually play the actual game. It's just like okay, yeah, decorate your item with furniture. Here, put something in the wall, change the wall color, put wallpapers, and put furniture, which includes stools. Very important, they have the plastic stools that you always think about when you are in Southeast Asia.
Yes.
In red and white. So, very particular. And also they put like tables and impressively they also put in toilets there as decorations. Two color choices, white and golden, shiny golden toilet.
Ooh, interesting.
And the fact that you can like rearrange it to whatever you like, however you like, and you can resize them, rotate them. One of the developer, no, I want to mess around, but the developer keep on suggesting good ideas. Like, I want to put a toilet just for fun. Oh, why not put the toilet over there? Oh, okay. And then I mess around. I wanted to put the toilet high above there. That's just to see it fall because there is physics on the items. And then say, oh, you want to put it on the ceiling? That's a good idea. I didn't talk about that. Let's do that. So, the developer was just like nudging me into the chaos, which I have to think that they already done this before. Of course, they have to try everything.
Of course.
And every time I look around, the few times that I got to move around the booths in the area, I keep looking at other people messing around and things get weird. Like I see one time the island is full of bananas. Someone just like spam bananas on there, see how many that can hold.
As you would, as you would.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to mess around. As long as there's no spyware and there are no data mining involved, and it's good. I mean, it's not just bonsai body. I mean, bonsai body catch a lot of flack because you know they carry spyware to do all those stuff, and but there are other fun desktop things like I don't know if you were into Bionicles at that time, you might have downloaded Desktop Toa. That was fun. And Desktop Bohrok. Only one person will get that reference. They are not in this room. Yeah, hopefully it's just a fun thing to mess around without the spyware. Weird for me to be enthusiastic about it, but it's a very specific thing, you know. It's something people from the 2000 would have grown up seeing. So yeah. My other choice would be something called Retro Invasion. Also something not of my wheelhouse. I don't play card games, with some exceptions. I know Midnight Suns was my game of the year last year, but I say exceptions. Like I definitely do not vibe with Slay the Spire. I'm not sure if it's because of roguelike or card game or the two being combined. Like roguelike and card games are not a selling point to me, for me. But I tried Retro Invasion. It is a Slay the Spire like. So you know you have your RPG battles, but your commands are basically a deck of cards. With one twist, there's an active time battle system. It's in real time. The fight is in real time, and it is. I mentioned that because the developer directly mentions, "Do you know Final Fantasy 7?" Oh yeah, we use that. Okay, so
Nice.
so it's a more active version of Slay the Spire lah. The what I've played through the demo is apparently available on itch.io. Just look up Retro Invasion by NT Meta Studio. Yeah, Meta like in as in like Meta, NT Meta. So what was I there? No, the gameplay itself, the way the deck builds is like okay. From what I gather, they know they play enough Slay the Spire so that the new cards that you can grab will change the way you play. Like one of the choices, the cards that I grabbed was, uh, uh, it's called a body slam where it converts all your block stat that you have been stacking into an attack. So that means that my character have a lot of block cards. So the idea is like okay, you stack on defense and then you body slam it rather than using the direct attack. So a slower pace game where you just like build up your stat and then you cash out. So that's cool. And what's cooler is that this is a game made by 3 people, and it was done within hours because it was a game jam game. Not the indie jams game jam, but another previous game jam. And I'm looking at the HIO page kan. Apparently they were nominated for best student game at Level Up KL,
Oh, nice.
and the game jam that they participated in, they got best overall category. So look, I mean, for the audio listeners kan, look up Retro Invasion and look at the art, and please say that this should be, you look at the art and you have thought that this game is already like in development for a couple of years. No, they literally done this in hours. Amazing that they have done art like this sort of quality within that time frame. I thought this game was ready to ship in like a few months. So yeah, that's my 2 picks.
Right, so Anan, what are your 2 picks?
I mean, I only have one. Midwest 90.
Oh yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's like restaurant tycoon kind of game, restaurant management, post-apocalyptic, and then tower defense, like all mashed to one. Like, dang, I want to try that.
Like, yeah, I played that, so like, ooh, that actually looks very nice. Like, I love the aesthetic and all.
Yeah, it has that first Fallout vibe, like aesthetic. Some of it.
Hmm. Maybe like one more game I can't talk that I like was the one that I think all of us would like it. The perfect day.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, one perfect
One
day.
perfect day. Yeah, it is. I think like the worst thing you can say is basically a puzzle adventure game. But if you're being bit harsh, it's a walking sim. Because it's essentially you play as young, that you are a student. No, you're dreaming that you are back in time. You're now back as a secondary student at the unnamed a secondary school, and you are there just living to the basis, do your homework, set up do your homework, send it to your teacher, go have lunch, and at the end you get to draw your parents as well. Like it, it's such a novel concept, like such a novel concept, but I think like it is the perfect game for those nostalgic of the high school days, especially for us in Malaysia. Like, they need everything.
Again, like when I say weird list is targeted to the people who grew up in the 2000s, and like One Perfect Day is targeted to people within our age demographic who grew up in Malaysian schools. Like this age is the right time where we start getting nostalgic. Yeah, remember school?
Remember school? We're almost 30 years old. Remember school?
Like the fact that man, they nail the school stereotypes. Very specific Malaysian school stereotypes at that.
No, like the bullies at the back, and then the couple that everybody knows is a couple, but
Apa the itulah
the the
it's
the garang cikgu discipline at the canteen there, blocking off the restroom because someone has done a funny rumor.
the classroom is decorated with like motivational sentences or phrases that may or may not make sense
Yes.
today, but for school children it works. And the bag is full, the bulletin board is full of stuff people put spa- put paper on it and whatever they write on that kan, like bulletin board stuff. Oh, they even got the right exercise book.
Oh yeah.
Non-branded, of course, but non-branded. But when you see that exercise, I don't think that exercise book exists anymore.
No.
That particular style again, it was there.
Yeah, it's such a rarity now as well. Like probably like if you can find it at like those flea markets, in MCOT Mall or something. That's how rare it is.
Those are vintage these days. They are prominent during the, let's say, okay, what's my school year? Let's say around the 2000s. Yeah, around the 2000s. That's a good range. Yeah, 2000. Yeah, around that, those are prominent. But I think they are being phased out. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with exercise books ever since like 10 years ago. So maybe 20. No, 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice to see lah. The local game dev scene are booming.
Booming, yes.
Yep.
Like, ooh, this is just a fraction. It's like it's only 30 games, so like this is just a fraction of the many video games that could be in development right now as well.
It's just haven't gotten
We haven't
into our
discovered it,
sites.
yeah.
Yeah. And to any other aspiring developers, whether you are based in Malaysia or otherwise, just holler us at gamermatters.com. You'll
Just
find ways to contact us from there. I think the email is there or something like that. So just holler us. We'll check a look. If the game is piquing our interest, we'll take a look. And hopefully spread the word. So yeah, good job Indie Jam 2023. Please have an Indie Jam 2024.
Maybe have twice a year.
Indie Jam 2024 phase 1. And then phase 2 at November. Phase 1 is like what? May? April lah. Early.
Yeah, around May, April.
May, April. No, June. Not June. June is...
No.
June to August? No. Do not do events there.
yes.
Do not.
Oh my god, I can imagine the pain already if you guys do it in June and July.
Don't. Otherwise, the worst is that the media people will just ignore because we are focusing on bigger fish to fry, which is
the summer game mess. Yeah, we it is a summer game mess.
Please don't do that. We want to cover indies, especially cool up and comers. Who knows? Maybe you're the one that's gonna get the breakthrough nominated at the Game Awards without any drama.
No Bill Clinton.
No, very good. Before he comes back again.
Yeah, and to my knowledge, the Malaysian game dev scene does not have big money supporting any of the developers. So yeah, they are still indies in the truest form. Even though some of them have like, you can say, semblance of corporate culture again, but still they are by definition indies.
I think the reason is that we still don't have millionaires and billionaires who actually game during their youth. It's not yet.
Not yet, but
Not yet.
But I know at least one.
Oh yeah, okay, I know.
At least one. But let's see how that goes. But yeah, maybe there will be more millionaires out there that will throw money to video games.
Probably in 10 to 15 years. We can see.
Maybe.
And no, you won't be a millionaire if you make games.
No.
But you in there for the passion and for the fun of it.
For the passion.
You want to be rich, sell games. Don't make games.
The distinction there, make sure.
Yeah. Be a publisher. That's where the money is.
But then you're not indie anymore. But that's where the money is.
Yeah.
And I guess on that note,
yeah, that's the podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. What's on the thumbnail?
Mm, Joryu. The Joryu
But it
sad face.
Jason.
Kason. Joryu sad face as a broken rally car.
Oh, oh. Do the image of we either Ballin or Bawlin.
Ballin
Yeah.
or Ballin.
But
Volleyball.
what one is Joryu with the happy face or the Joryu fashion pose with the stupid glasses, and then another is like Kiryu actually crying. Just anything else?
What can we put?
If there are anything to add, put a gem on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was just like, yes, that's
There's a bottle of jam labeled
yes.
indie.
Yeah. Yes.
Apa indie, not indie style.
Not in this style. Oh my god.
Yeah, I can put a feature for that one. Yeah, like how we define indie games later. Oh yeah. Okay, that's the podcast. So social links and what's coming up on the site. Daniel?
All right. You can follow me on X or Twitter at FL4KY. Besides my reviews for Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, there will be this very good game that is going to fight tooth and nail with Baldur's Gate, and that is Alan Wake 2. The most Finnish American game ever I've played in the history of video games. Yes.
The Finns are also Merakaboo.
Yeah, Alan?
Yeah. Also, yeah, you can find me on Twitter/X. Drop me for UPN1R. Yeah, for UPN1R. Nothing in the pipeline for now. Meck.
And I've been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf. Find me on twitter.com at MECKRONOS. Find me there. On the site, we have a review for the DLC of Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn, which is what, pagi, morning, Beyond the Dawn. Check that out. There's a review for Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who is his name, and I have at least one more review coming up before we wrap up the year.
Yes. The final two.
Full of games this year, good games as well. So there you go. That's dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. And
Ooh. Shiny.
Support indie.
Indie, not indie like.